What's up, y'all? David here. I'm going to do a little follow-up here with the Buck 110 Auto Elite. You may notice I do have a fresh cut. Yes, this knife did this. It wasn't the knife's fault, obviously. This has become my favorite EDC. This is almost always in the pocket. And where I live, which is Texas, it is legal to carry an auto knife, spring assist, or auto deployment, OTF, really any of that stuff is perfectly legal here. And not only that, but all blade sizes are open carry in the state of Texas. So we can carry any size. So I'm not limited by a law on the size of blade I can carry here. I'm carrying this one just because it seems just about the right size. This blade is something like maybe a little over 4 inches long, something like that. And just the way that it's so easy to use, you know, it's not too heavy. It fits right in the pocket, deep carry, you know, no clip or anything. But anyway, what I wanted to show you real quick today was that these edges tend to get scratched up. You see that? So you got little scratches. Not a big deal, but what this is just because I drop this in my pocket on a daily basis, this gets scratched up by my keys. And I know that when I got this knife, because of how much it cost me, I was telling myself, oh no, I'll never drop this into a pocket with keys in it and let it get scratched up. Well, over time, your ability to continue to remember that begins to wane. And you eventually do end up just kind of accidentally having it there in the pocket with the keys where you didn't really want it. And in the course of doing various things, doing various projects, I'll end up even sometimes with tools in there or whatever. Now, so far, this knife has been extremely tough. I've dropped it a few times, even on concrete. There's no noticeable mark to speak of from such drops, so it's pretty tough. These little scratches here on the nickel bits are what I want to address today, and I just want to show that it's actually very easy to fix this. As you may have noticed, there's a Scotch-Brite pad right here, and there's a little bit of rim oil. Now this is typically gun oil, but it doesn't matter. It works just as well. So, to treat the random scratches on the nickel parts, it is this simple. All you need, I just drop a few drops of oil, well, several, you know, however much. That was probably 7 or 8 drops of oil into a section of the Scotch-Brite pad. And let's take this bit here, because it looks like it's, I know the glare is not showing the scratches quite as there, yeah, right in there somewhere you can kind of see it pretty well, but anyway, so you just take that spot and go to your spot where you put your oil on your Scotch-Brite and you rub it. And it doesn't take much of this. I've done this a couple of times now, and each time it looks like it's brand new. When I got the knife, it had the buff pattern was vertical, if you will, along the knife. And that's why when I rub it here, I'm not going circular motions, I'm going straight vertical motion, just because that was the way that it was when I got it. So, I don't know how much pressure I applied the other times. I am missing a finger this time, so it's a little more difficult than normal. But, you can probably see pretty quickly. We'll rub some of the crud off. Now look at it. Ooh, look how clean that looks. So yeah, it works very well. I'm actually here. Let me try to make sure it's focusing on this. There it goes. That's better. Look how clean that looks. Just a second ago, it was so scratched up. And you can do this for all the nickel surfaces. I'm gonna do it here on the tip like this. That's really all it takes. You just kind of get a Scotch-Brite pad and rub the nickel parts on the pad. Now, don't rub the Scotch-Brite pad across your blade, because it will scratch it up, and it will not look as pretty as it did when you first got it. if you do that. So here you can see the scratches are starting to come, yeah, the scratches are already mostly off that rounded end that I just rubbed there. So, and then that's the next one to do there. Let's get that one a little bit. And like I said, it really doesn't take much. Sometimes if the scratch is a little deeper, you just got to do it for just a little longer. But overall, it's so simple, it's pretty stupid. There we go. Let's see how well that one did. Pretty good. Now there's, I'll do a little more later just to get the last little bits of that off, but as you can see, it is not hard to care for the nickel. The nickel can simply be buffed. I'm just going to go ahead and rub the remaining oil off here. So that's the 110 Auto Elite from Buck. It's really a great blade so far. I have seen absolutely no sign of any sort of damage on this blade, despite daily use for all kinds of things. No damage has come to this blade that cannot be simply buffed out pretty easily on the nickel. And the blade has been perfect, beautiful since day one. Nothing wrong with it. I haven't even had to sharpen it yet. And yes, I use it basically every day. Have not had to sharpen it in a number of months or whatever. So anyway, that's it for today. Just wanted to share that little tidbit of how a bit of gun oil and a Scotch-Brite pad can take the scratches off of a nickel piece on one of these knives. So hope that's helpful to somebody. Thanks for watching. Bye.